This is Gifty Etc. at giftyetc.blogspot.com. Today I'm going to show you how I'm making the packing list for my cruise and for our Easter trip to my mother-in-law's house. Now, first thing I want to show you, and if you're familiar with my videos, you know that I have certain sections in my planner, and one of those sections, way in the back, is called Notes. And I really use notes sort of as my file cabinet. And one of the things that I think is important enough to file in your planner and take with you wherever you go, because remember, your planner is the stuff that's going to leave your house. And so I keep this section fairly thin. I think you can see right here, it's a fairly thin section of my planner. But one of the things that I do keep in it is one or two old packing lists. You can see packing list right here on the index. So it's going to be under P, and I'm going to have a little tab that says pack. And here's an example of one of my old packing lists. I made this probably last year around this time of year, around Easter time, and it's just got a list of things that I'm going to pack. The reason I keep this old list is because I use it to check my new packing list and make sure everything's on there. Now, a good place to use your computer versus your planner is for a master packing list. And I do have one of those on my computer. I can print it out or pull it up and use that as the list of all of the things that I'm going to pack for a special occasion. Right now, that one's dedicated sort of to work trips, and my new job doesn't require a lot of work trips. And so I'm sort of building it back up to add personal things in it. Put in swimsuits and don't bring a work bag. Don't need to bring high heels, that sort of thing. So I'm working on that, but always after you're done packing, double check with your packing list, and if you make a pretty good packing list, toss it here in the back of your planner, and that way whenever you're making packing lists, you can refer to it and make sure you don't forget something really essential like your toothbrush. Now, new packing lists go in a different section of my planner. I'm going to go ahead and open to the beginning, and you're familiar, if you watch my videos, with the projects section of my planner. So in projects, I'm currently planning a vacation. So I can go to my index, see vacation, it's under the V's, open up to that tabbed page, and here I have some of my vacation plans. Now in particular, I want to show you my clothes and personal items packing list and a packing list that I'm starting to create for the Easter holidays. I want you to keep in mind that the name of the trip needs to go somewhere on the page, and the name of the trip's on the other side of this page. And also some ways that I make my packing list that are going to help you to make sure that you don't forget anything. So in addition to checking those packing lists in the back in the notes and files section, I'm also going to put things in categories. So you'll see right here, and you probably can barely read it, but there's the word makeup. And I listed the makeup that I'm going to need on my vacation cruise. Now I won't need much with makeup. I'll probably only wear lip gloss and maybe a little bit of powder foundation. But for the night of the formal event, I'm going to want some mascara, some eye makeup. And so I have that listed right here. You also see I have things like hair care products. Which ones do I need for the cruise? Formal wear for the elegant nights on the cruise. Swimwear. So I use categories, and categories are going to help me to think about when I'm using each item on vacation. And by doing that, I'm not going to forget nearly as much. Another little trick I do is to list by day or event. So here I have the things that I need to bring for Easter. Easter baskets, an ice chest to hold chocolate candy, but also the events, the days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday that I'm going to be needing to pack clothing and that sort of thing for my travels. Keep this packing list with you even on the trip. Here's why. When you're ready to come home, it's always a mad rush to get everything into those suitcases. Couple tips about that. Number one, as you use something for the final time, go ahead and pack it in the suitcase. Keep a bag for all your clothes that are going to be dirty and returning home with you in the suitcase, and fill it as your dirty clothes that you're not going to wear again. Hang up the ones you're going to wear again, put the dirty ones in the dirty clothes bag. It's going to save you a lot of trouble when you get home. The other thing is, Use this list while you're on vacation to make sure you've packed everything back in your bag. If your camera and your camera card were on the list, then when you go to pack it at the end of the trip, you're not going to forget the camera card at the hotel room. And that makes a big difference. One time I even forgot my planner at a hotel room, and thank you to the Natchitoches Holiday Inn Express because they called and arranged to get my planner right back to me. And so now I'm very, very dedicated to using that hotel whenever I can. In addition to doing the list, which I think you should start as early as possible, that is, I started this Easter list right after Christmas. And the reason I did is because my mother-in-law left a container at my house, and I knew I was going to need to bring it back to her when we visited it at Easter. So here's a note to myself, first thing on the packing list, to bring her that container. But also use little dots. You'll see these little dots here. One of the dots is by sunscreen. I don't know how much sunscreen I currently have from last season. I do use a daily sunscreen, but I'm going to use a lot higher FPF and a lot more sunscreen when I go on summer vacation. So that little dot tells me to inventory before I go. And about a week or two before I leave on the trip, I go ahead and inventory all of these little dots. And it's just a task in the weekly portion of my planner. I inventory each of these little dots and see what I have and what I need. I make a shopping list, and then I come home and pack it. It's a great way to make sure that I pack everything for my trip. These packing lists keep my trips stress-free, and I have a special dedicated place to them so that I don't forget to write down everything that I need. For more tips about using your planner, planning for summer vacation, or learning just how to not be so stressed, please go to giftyetc.blogspot.com.